Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. In today's video, we're going to dive into warm and spicy fragrances. This list is actually quite unisex, so fellas, you can listen up too. These are absolutely amazing for this time of year. So if you are in the market to add a little warm and spicy into your collection, then your girl has got you covered, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. Before we start, as always, you guys, be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And if you find any value in the content along the way, please give me a big thumbs up. All right, you guys, so this fragrance I have in my hand, and this is a very beautiful bottle, by the way. It's my first fragrance from the Merchant of Venice. And this is Venia 21. And this was so kindly gifted to me by Sense Angel. So if you have never shopped that particular website, they offer really amazing selections of niche, some, designer, and a little Middle Eastern, but they also have decants of a lot of the fragrances that they carry. So it's one that I always recommend you check out if you're looking for a way to sample and buy your full bottles right there at the same place. So this fragrance is a very warm, spicy, woody, oody. And if that is your vibe, like if you love your Middle Eastern fragrances, you love a good oud, and you want something that's got a little sweetness to it, very sexy, very woody, then this is one you have to check out. This to me is incense heavy. Okay, so you have to love incense to vibe with this one, but I love the way they have balanced so much woodiness, so much clean oud, because this doesn't wear like a skanky oud in any way. They've balanced all of this woodiness with so much delicious sweet vanilla and praline, but it doesn't get overly sweet. Okay, this above all is going to give you spicy, it's going to give you oud, but I do love the way they have balanced this out, and this is extremely sexy on a guy. But my girlies who love a wonderful oud fragrance, then this is one you have to check out. So this fragrance opens with notes of praline, cinnamon, and saffron, and you are getting lots of saffron. This saffron really does smell like a spice. It doesn't get that leathery nuance that a heavy saffron can sometimes give. And then you have middle notes of patchouli, agar wood or oud, and you have akigala wood. In the base, you have vanilla, incense, patchouli, and wood. So I'm mentioning a lot of wood, so definitely take that into account. You have to love woody, you have to love incense, you have to love oud. If that sounds like your vibe, then you will absolutely love this fragrance. Okay, this wears on the drier side, but again, really balanced with that vanilla and praline, making it the perfect unisex oud scent for fall and winter. Again, this one is from the Merchant of Venice, and this is Venia 21. And don't forget, you guys, I do have a discount code for Sense Angel, so if you're interested in that, it will be linked in the description box below. Next up is going to be one of the most amazing warm spicy gourmands that you will find in 2024. And okay, I have to admit I'm a little biased. This is my latest creation with Navitus Parfums, and you guys are seeing the bottle here for the first time. Peach Arum. I cannot believe that I'm sitting here talking about my second fragrance that I have created. This is so wild to me. But this is a fragrance that is inspired by peach cobbler. So I know what you're thinking. I don't want to smell like food, but I'm telling you, this is a very grown up, non-literal, but a very delicious take on a gourmand. So I wanted to create something that is going to give you these peach cobbler vibes, but if you are familiar with the dessert, okay, if you've ever had it, you know that you don't particularly pick out, okay, like this fresh peach scent. You don't particularly pick out, oh, this smells like a spicy dessert. It just comes in with a sweet warm. And so yes, there is cinnamon in it, but it's not gonna be punchy, because I've had people asking me, does it smell like angel share? Absolutely not. When you smell this, you're not going to think, oh, this is a spicy scent, but the gorgeous cinnamon and the spicy nuances are there nonetheless, just all really blended well together. To much like a baked, recipe, it's just going to come together to create a gorgeous flavor. That is how I can describe this. So if you are not a lover of peach, I think you would still want to give this one a try. If you're not a lover of particularly spicy fragrances, I think you would still want to give this one a try. So Peach Arum opens with notes of baked peach accord, amaretto, and Turkish rose, and you have middle notes of puff pastry, cinnamon, condensed milk, and you have base notes of oak leaves, sugar, and musk. So it was really important for me to capture that element of like the crust, or the cake-like bready facet of the dessert, and the oak leaves is where that comes in. And so if you're reading like oak leaves, like what is going on? No, this is not going to wear green. It's not going to wear weird or anything like that. It is just needed to provide the element element of like a bready or a crust-like facet, if that makes any sense, along with, of course, the puff pastry. So if you are looking for a gorgeously sweet, but not overly sweet, delicious fruity gourmand with lots of warmth, then check out my baby peach Arum, because I think you will absolutely love it. I think this is one that wears quite moderate. It's not going to be as loud and far-reaching as MAHNI CASSONADE. I really wanted to mix it up. I feel like some people were saying that MAHNI CASSONADE smelled great, but it was overwhelming. So as I create fragrances with the brand, I want a little something for everyone. So this is going to give you moderate wear longevity, more of like scent bubble, but of course people are going to be able to smell this on you. Yeah, so if that sounds like your vibe, please check it out. It will be linked in the description box below. Current day, the promo is still available, so you can get this fragrance 10% off automatically applies during the promo period, and you also get a body spray of your choice. Just add that body spray to cart and it should automatically calculate that particular product to 0. All right, so you're getting a lot of value with that promo, and I hope you will take full advantage. So again, this one is Peach Arum, done in collaboration with yours truly from Navitus Parfums. And a side note, also do not forget that MAHNI CASSONADE, my first baby, is available in the form of a candle, and yes, the body cream is coming very soon. So you guys, this next one is a very unique coffee scent to my collection. It is very, very unisex, sexy, delicious, but very woody. Another woody one. So this one is from the house of DECANTS, and this is Vietnamese Coffee. So this fragrance really does like capture the essence of a Vietnamese coffee, and there is just something extremely intoxicating and addictive about it. Like, actual coffee is very addictive. The aromas as you step into a coffee shop can be very intoxicating. They have captured it in a bottle, but times 10. So this is very sillage heavy. Like, this is a beast. You don't even need a lot. But when I tell you this is so sexy, this has a very prominent cedar. So you do have to love cedar, because cedar can go very masculine, especially for someone like me. That's generally how I think of cedar. It can make a fragrance have a very unisex vibe and sometimes just straight up masculine. So I would say try this before you buy it if you are on the fence about cedar. So even though there are no spices mentioned in the breakdown of notes, something about this just smells very spicy, almost like, is there a cinnamon component to it? I don't know, it's not listed, but this without a doubt wears very warm and spicy, and I don't know where that kick of spice is coming from because it's very prominent. So this opens with notes of coffee in the top. You have middle notes of dark chocolate, condensed milk, a lily of the valley. You have base notes of amber, cedarwood, and tonka bean. The tonka bean, the cedar, this lovely little, kick from the condensed milk, and lots of dark chocolate and coffee. This is a superb fragrance, and I cannot wait to dive more into this house, especially their newer releases they have just announced. I'm getting the whole discovery set, and we're gonna dive deeper into the house of DECANTS, but this is an absolute love for me, and I just think that anyone alive, okay, who is looking for a fabulous, unique coffee fragrance needs to get their nose on this one. Again, this one is Vietnamese Coffee, and this is from the house of DECANTS. Next up is going to be one that's a little budget friendly, and I just am completely obsessed with Soda Snob, okay? I have tried so many colas that they have come out with on the market, because it's definitely like a trending theme that we see around this time of year for the past couple years. This is just the one that got it right for me, okay? A lot of these cola fragrances are very strong on the citrus, and citrus just really pulls forward on my skin, and I cannot take a heavy dose of it. It becomes very sharp and astringent very easily, but the cinnamon, the heavy vanilla dose that they have in here, paired with the lime, done to perfection, and that cola note, it is just a symphony of happiness in a bottle for me, okay? This literally smells like a vanilla Coca-Cola. Simply put, it's not super complex. It doesn't have all this other stuff going on in it, but that's honestly what I truly appreciate about this fragrance. So if you're looking for something with cola, lime, vanilla, cinnamon, this is one you need to check out. This is from the house of Sniff. This is on the secret menu, okay? No noses, but I do have a discount code for this particular house, so it's not super pricey to begin with, but saving the additional is always a good time, especially this time of year, all right? Again, this one is Soda Snob, and this is from the house of Sniff. Next up is going to be everyone's little favorite holiday classic, and this is Jo Malone. She comes back around, fall every year, and this is just such a favorite in my house. My daughter loves it. I love it. We gets down with the girl Jo Malone for Ginger Biscuit, okay? Not all the Jo Malones. This is the only one I own, but this one is just something so irresistible about it, because it is very Ginger Snap-esque. and at the same time very sophisticated. So if you're trying to, you know, step into the world of gourmands, but you don't want to smell like literal food, you want to have, you know, an air of class about you, but you want to smell like a little, you know, low-key snack, then this is exactly what Ginger Biscuit embodies. So this opens with notes of ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg. You have middle notes of caramel and hazelnut, base notes of vanilla and tonka bean. It is very simple in note structure, but if you could just envision, I always say like a ginger snap, but maybe not as sweet, quite as sweet as a ginger snap, then you can kind of picture what this would smell like. I love the fact that they do have the nutmeg in there. It is a wonderful feature in this fragrance, and the ginger doesn't wear too sharp and harsh, okay? That caramel balances it out. That hazelnut just adds a little uniqueness to the whole vibe. And this is a wonderful, warm and spicy fragrance. It's not gonna wear too loud and overly spicy. Again, this one is Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. So this next one is going to be from the house of Swiss Arabian, and this is a Shagov Vanilla Toffee. This is very different from what I thought that I was going to get, but I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in, okay, they have shocked me, they have surprised me, and it's kind of becoming a thing with Swiss Arabian. Like, I didn't expect to love or get what I got from Shagov Oud Tonka, and here we go again with something just very unexpected for me. So Vanilla Toffee is definitely not going to be your regular straightforward vanilla toffee scent. I think that MAHNI CASSONADE, my fragrance with Navitus, is very vanilla toffee, but they wear very different. This one has an incensey, resinous, dark, mysterious quality about it that you just did not see coming. Looking at the notes, the name, okay, so a lot of people are probably going to be turned off by that if you're expecting this sweet, straightforward vanilla toffee gourmand, because this is not this. This is very date night sexy. This is very substantial wearing. It is sweet, but it is not a literal gourmand, and that's actually something that I'm rather enjoying. I also love layering this with other sweeter vanillas in my collection, but this is just when you have to get your nose in if you love vanilla and resinous fragrances. So this opens with notes of coffee and toffee. You have middle notes of dates, vanilla, walnut, cardamom, and milk. You have base notes of brown sugar, vanilla Madagascar, woody notes, benzoin, vanilla caviar, tonka bean, and musk. And I know there is no note of incense mentioned, but obviously the way they have done the benzoin, like whatever resins they have in here are very front and center. You have a very dark coffee. It does mention the milk, but this doesn't wear super lactonic to me, not at all. You're going to get a lot of dates. You're going to get the walnut, and I think the walnut really does take it into a more of a like a unique take on a scent like this. So if you're looking for something unique, you love it sweet, but you want it sexy, a little warm spicy, then this is absolutely one you have to check out. Again, this one is from the house of Swiss Arabian. Again, this one is Shagov Vanilla Toffee. Next up is from the house of Initio, and this is Narcotic Delight. I could not make this video without featuring this gorgeous tobacco forward, sweet, intoxicating cherry treat. Okay, so this one is very tobacco forward, but it is very easy to wear. The easiest to wear tobacco in my collection, because for a lot of feminine fragrance wearers, tobacco can get very masculine really fast. Some people find it to be smoky. I don't get any nuances of the kind from this fragrance. I love the fact that it is very sweet, and I also do like the fact that it has cherry, but the cherry doesn't overtake the scent, making it a cherry fragrance, okay? Because we've got a lot of that going on, and I do love the fact that Initio keeps it, they keep it unique, they keep it wearable, okay, for niche houses. So this one opens with notes of cherry, pink pepper, and black pepper, middle notes of cognac, Hedion, and rose, base notes of tobacco, vanilla, tonka, cedar, and patchouli. You do get a lot of cognac, but it's so very smooth. This is very, very expensive, keeps in a locked case cognac, okay? This is not regular cognac. This is very smooth, very smooth. So if you're not a fan of boozy scents, I think this one may still work for you. I would say try it. If you have been looking for a phenomenal tobacco fragrance that's very sweet and just highly wearable, is what I can say. Very sexy. The Hedion makes it very carnal, intoxicating, alluring. Then be sure to check this one out. One of my favorites from the house. Again, this one is Narcotic Delight. This is from the house of Initio. Last up on the list, but certainly not least, is going to be from the house of Christian Louboutin. This is a very gorgeous, warm, spicy vanilla with lots of beautiful powdery facets. And I always describe this fragrance the exact same way. This is going to be a fragrance that has 3 dominant notes, and they really do all share the spotlight equally. The cardamom, the vanilla, and the iris all share the spotlight. This is just a trio that makes you feel very cozy, comforting, but very sophisticated because of, you know, the iris note. It is very classy. It's powdery, it's spicy, it's warm, and it is very vanilla forward, but not in a gourmand way. So if you are someone that loves a spicy scent, but you don't want it overly sweet, you don't want to smell like a snack per se, but you still want to smell irresistible and very confident, then this is one you have to check out. I tried this long ago and I just didn't understand it at the time. I did not get all the rave, but I revisited that decant years later and it was just an absolute love when I tried it again, and I eventually upgraded that to a full bottle, and here we are. So again, this one is Christian Louboutin's LOUBIROUGE, one you have to get your nose on if you have never experienced this gorgeous cardamom vanilla fragrance. All right, you guys, so that is it for me. Be sure that you are subscribed to the channel again, and drop me a comment below. Let me know some of your favorite warm and spicy fragrances to pull out this year. Do not forget, the promo is still going on for my baby peach Arum. Pick it up, save while you can, and get yourself a free gift. All right, so thank you all so much for spending time with me on this gorgeous day. I hope you have a great one. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.